Sadly, we seem to be getting towards the end of my morning flying season. It's 28th of August today. It's about 6:30, and it's still virtually too dark to see, really. It's not really light. There's also some wind today, about a 10 to 15 kilometer an hour wind, which surprises me because they weren't really forecasting it. And it's more than they usually is at this time of the morning. That's one of the charms of flying at this time of the morning. There's usually very, very little wind. And not a lot now, but 10 to 15 is quite noticeable. There's a distinct wind. Anyway, this guy is the Duet, the Hobbyzone Duet. I'd actually forgotten about this one until somebody reminded me, because it was sitting in my J3 Cub box. I don't put my J3 Cub in the box anymore because it's got floats on it. And I'd put this one in the box to carry him and forgotten where he was. Now, he's one of these weird ones. You can't bind him to any normal transmitter. He comes with this weird little transmitter. And that's all you can fly him with. I don't know what protocol he uses, although he's Hobbyzone, he does not fly with a regular Hobbyzone transmitter. Is this doing anything? Not really. Well, if we've got no elevator control, we're not going to get anywhere. We seem to have no elevator control right now. Ah, there we go, we got it unstuck. For some reason it was stuck. Never a good sign. Okay, it seems to be working now. Just goes to show you, eh? See, this says it's 2.4 gigahertz, but it's not a DSM-2 or DSM-X or anything. I don't think it's even original DSM. I don't know what it is. This guy is like 3-channel, meant to be an indoor plane, clearly, basically. I'll move this out of the way. He has elevators when they work. As you can see, they weren't initially working there, but I think we've persuaded them to now. And then he has 2 little motors, and he uses differential thrust. Let's see if we can persuade him to fly. Famous last words. Oh. Yeah, I mean, even this little amount of wind there is here, he doesn't like very much. See, I'm having trouble. The wind's coming from my left, and I'm having trouble making him go to the left because he can barely fight this 10 kilometer an hour wind. He's not meant for fighting wind, you know. He's meant to be an indoor plane, basically. But, you know, he's not a bad little plane for flying, you know, indoors and getting to get the hang of some, you know, doing a little bit of basic flying. Not really a best trainer necessarily, but he's been around for a while. I'm not sure whether they actually still sell him. I think, I don't know. They're around. He can be a lot more maneuverable than this when you're not fighting wind. He's actually not too bad. But, you know, with all this wind, it's hard to, well, all this wind, I mean, it's not much wind really, but, see, I mean, he's like flying into the wind and he's virtually standing still. Because, can sort of do an approximation to a loop if you push him. When conditions where you've got better control of him without the wind, you can sort of loop him and I'm really having trouble persuading this guy to fly into the wind, but I did put bug spray on, but the bugs are trying to come round me nonetheless. Of course, there's no timer because it's just this dinky little toy transmitter, so I don't know, and I'm not really paying. I don't know how. And of course, in the wind, he's going to get less. I wouldn't expect to get more than about 4 minutes probably off him running 2 motors off a little battery in the wind. So we ain't not going to get much more time off him, frankly, because, as I say, with a little one-cell, these are one-cell motors, these are brushed motors is what I'm trying to say. So the one-cell stick battery and brushed motors, with the little brushed planes running off the one-cell batteries, they only get about 4.5 minutes outdoors anyway with the normal one-motor ones. And if anything, with 2 motors, he's going to get less, so I wouldn't have expected to get more than about 4 minutes of him. I would have thought we'd been flying for about that, though, so maybe not quite, maybe about 3 minutes, but we'll see. I don't know, it's hard to say. I don't want to lose him in the long grass, so I should probably land him soon. It's kind of a cute little plane, really, you know. Now, this is another one. I didn't buy him new. It's another one I bought, I don't know, used. Shouldn't be going over the long grass now because he's going to flake out soon. There you go. Bring him down. So there you go. I'm going to cheat, I think, and turn the transmitter off before I turn the plane off, because I don't think it's going to do any harm with this guy, really. So that, I assume, is his fail-safe. His elevators are pretty level and his motors are stopped. I mean, look at the size of the propellers. I don't think you'd hurt yourself with those propellers. They're tiny. Of course, they're nowhere near my fingers anyway. There you go. The Hobbyzone Duet.